The headlines screamed banishment, the ultimate disgrace. Prince Andrew stripped of his titles, evicted from his palace, cast out from the royal family. The story was perfect for the public. A man who had it all, finally hitting rock bottom. But what if that rock bottom was built on a foundation of pure private privilege? This isn't a story of a fall from grace. This is the story of a royal crisis being quietly, expensively, and permanently relocated. From the secret stipend funding his life to the luxury upgrades at his new exile, the truth behind Andrew's so-called punishment reveals a shocking reality. The monarchy isn't casting him out. It's locking him away in comfort on the king's dime. Welcome to Royal Family Daily, where we separate the palace spin from the private reality. Let's be clear, this was never a negotiation. Insiders describe the period after the Queen's passing as a cold, calculated reset. King Charles III, with his vision for a slimmed-down, scandal-free monarchy, saw his brother's continued occupation of the 30-room Royal Lodge as an existential problem. It was a symbol of the old bloated regime, a lightning rod for public anger, and a security nightmare. But Charles didn't just want him out. He needed a solution that prevented a messy public feud. The offer, delivered through senior aides, was a masterclass in royal leverage. Move voluntarily to a secure home on the private Sandringham estate, and your living costs and a significant income would be privately covered by the sovereign. Refuse, and the plug would be pulled on the multi-million-pound police protection detail he still relied on. The removals van spotted at Royal Lodge wasn't just moving furniture. It was the physical proof of a sovereign's will being enforced. Andrew wasn't losing a home. He was being transferred from the public books to the king's private payroll. Don't be fooled by the rustic name. Marsh Farm is a substantial 5-bedroom house nestled deep within the 20,000-acre private Sandringham estate, one of the most secure parcels of land in Britain. The activity in the weeks leading up to Andrew's arrival had nothing to do with making it cosy. It was about making it a fortress. Contractors were seen installing a comprehensive, high-definition CCTV system. Where the existing hedgerow was thin, a 6-foot solid timber fence was erected, blocking all sightlines. The grounds were reshaped by diggers, not for gardens, but for clear, defensible lines of sight. This was a security upgrade fitting a high-risk individual, not a retiring country gentleman. Yet, amidst this lockdown operation, came a surreal touch of normality. Engineers from Sky's exclusive VIP team were photographed installing top-tier satellite television and ultra-fast broadband. For a man known to spend hours tracking aircraft data online, this was a non-negotiable luxury. The message was unmistakable. His world was being circumscribed, but within its new walls, every digital and domestic comfort would be preserved. This is the core of the deception. Andrew's punishment is funded by a secret royal pipeline. While Buckingham Palace tersely confirmed the king would privately fund the accommodation, they omitted the full financial mechanism. Here's how it really works. King Charles draws a private income from the Duchy of Lancaster, a portfolio of land and assets worth over £650 million. From this privy purse, he allocates Andrew an annual allowance. While the exact figure is guarded, financial analysts and former palace staff estimate it to be between £250,000 and £300,000 per year. This allowance is the engine of Andrew's exiled life. It pays the internal rent to the Sandringham estate. It covers the salaries of a small loyal staff, a housekeeper, a cook, a groundskeeper. It funds his utilities, his groceries, his vehicle costs, and that premium Sky package. He is not draining his own savings. He is a permanent line item on the king's private budget. This isn't generosity, it's containment economics. It's the price tag for keeping a walking scandal quiet, off the public books, and out of the tabloids. So, what does this funded exile actually look like? Imagine a vast empty calendar. Mornings likely begin with a breakfast prepared by staff. His official diary, once packed with ceremonies and global travel, is now blank. His time is his own, an endless commodity. He may ride horses from the Sandringham stables. During the shooting season, he will undoubtedly join shoots on the estate, a privilege maintained. His afternoons could be spent in his study, the high-speed broadband enabling his deep dives into flight radar websites, a solitary hobby for a man grounded for life. Evenings might involve video games or films. There are no official calls to make, no meetings to attend. As royal commentator Jenny Bond starkly put it, he won't be doing his own washing. This existence isn't about hardship, it's about the eerie, luxurious vacuum of a purposeless life. It's purgatory with a full staff. The collateral damage of this exile is profoundly human. Sarah Ferguson, Andrew's ex-wife and constant companion for over 2 decades, has been severed from their shared daily life. Sources close to the Duchess say she was deeply distressed by the eviction, mourning the loss of their Windsor home as a personal wreckage. Critically, she is not following him to Norfolk. She will remain closer to London and her daughters, setting up a separate life. For the first time since their divorce, they will live truly apart. Their unique bond, described as each other's rock, is now strained by distance. They will speak, they will visit, but the day-to-day companionship, the shared meals, the casual support in a crisis, is gone. This separation may be the most authentic consequence. Andrew faces the loss of his closest ally's physical presence, leaving him to face his gilded isolation alone. Yet, for all the money and planning, one spectre defies all containment: the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein. American legal proceedings continue to promise the slow drip of new documents, testimonies, and potential revelations. Every court filing in New York sends a jolt of anxiety through the palace corridors. This is the permanent, unquantifiable risk. No private allowance can buy a guarantee against a future headline. No estate fence can keep out a federal judge's order. Insiders admit the family lives with a low-grade, perpetual dread. The squeaky bum time is now a permanent condition. Andrew's settlement with Virginia Giuffre closed a civil case, but it did not extinguish the past. He, and therefore the monarchy, remains eternally vulnerable to the next legal revelation. This is the true, lingering cost of the scandal, a forever fear that can only be managed, never resolved. Let's state the truth plainly. Prince Andrew has not been banished to obscurity. He has been placed in the most expensive quiet storage unit in the world. Marsh Farm isn't a prison, it's a privately funded containment facility. His story is no longer about disgrace and downfall. It's a clinical case study in how the monarchy sanitizes a crisis. When a member becomes toxic, the solution isn't truth or public accountability. The solution is a lifelong, comfortable stipend for silence and disappearance. Andrew is the brother who cannot be rehabilitated, but cannot be cut loose. The scandal that must be paid for to be hidden. His continued comfort, directly funded by the king, is the ultimate proof that within this system, even the lowest point is cushioned by centuries of wealth and insularity. The lights of Marsh Farm, burning on the king's private purse, are a beacon not of redemption, but of impunity. What's your verdict? Is this a just resolution, or the ultimate proof of royal insulation from real consequence? Can a rock bottom that comes with a staff and a Sky VIP subscription ever truly be called a bottom? Let us know in the comments. If you want more unfiltered deep dives into the stories the palace would rather you ignore, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Family Daily and hit that notification bell. We're just getting started.